don't even bother.
Hello, I'm Katusha.
And I'm Megan.
Welcome to the Don't Even Bother podcast.
So, disclaimer, if you're somebody who doesn't love colorful language and maybe gets your feelers hurt sometimes, get easily offended, don't even bother. Just turn it off right now.
This idea has been in the making for a long time. We're super stoked to finally have it rolling. This was something that I personally have had on my mind for years. And one day, Megan and I were driving to Utah to go see some comedy. And I brought this idea up very gently. Would you be interested? And she was totally on board. So that's where this came from.
Because Katusha is very skilled in the art of the voice text. And it's not unusual for us to send each other 5 to 10 minute voice texts. And then we spent the entire drive to Utah and then 24 hours, if that, in Utah. And then the entire drive home talking nonstop. So we knew we could for sure put on a podcast. We have enough to talk about.
Nonstop talking, which was so good. I think that was actually the clue to us that this is going to work. I think in our voice texts, it's so just, it's all kinds of random things. If you know how to do a voice text, you know that sometimes you will be like, squirrel, what? 17 topics in a span of just a cluster of minutes. But I think that with us, we're just kind of two besties in their 40s we're very relatable. We're pretty witty and sassy and snarky at times. But I think that why not let other people in to these fun conversations? You made a really good point when we were in Salt Lake. Was it something you would overhear in a bar?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In a bar, at a restaurant.
Totally.
Just, don't eavesdrop. Just come sit in our booth.
Just come in with us. We're totally willing to have you. It's a lot of fun. So I guess we're on the cusp of, I'd call us elderly / geriatric millennials.
Don't call me a millennial. I am not a millennial.
Officially, that's where we'd be at, right? So
I'm the Oregon Trail / Goonies generation.
yes.
But I have several older siblings, so I refuse to accept the millennial moniker.
I think the official term is exennial for us. So we grew up with the Gen Xers, and as siblings, or for me, I had aunts and uncles. And I think when you're in that life, that 90s life, it's just something you always want to hold on to. So being called a millennial, sometimes I'm like, no, but that's why
It's a slur.
It is, yeah. But I just put the tag of geriatric. So,
I'll be a baby Gen Xer.
Gen Xer. You're a preemie Gen Xer.
Yeah.
Just super random. So I guess a little bit about us, because you should probably know who we are. Oh, I think another disclaimer we wanted to add. These are our opinions that we're sharing with you. And these in no way reflect our employers. So don't get all bent because of something you heard. Again, don't even bother.
It's just for fun. This is entertainment only. So they're our opinions, maybe not.
Maybe.
And not our employers, not our families, not anybody else's. So
yes, but we are both fun, loving, sassy dog moms. Megan's also a real mom.
A real human mom.
A real human mom. So I think this is just to get to know us a little bit and what we plan. What's our idea for this podcast, really?
Just life. The things that we talk about anyway. So sometimes it'll be, I hate the phrase girl talk, but sometimes it'll be things that are more applicable to 40-year-old women. Sometimes we talk about conspiracies or politics or current events or funny shit that we saw driving to work, whatever, just life, just our life. Come along for the ride.
Yeah. I think that that's really good. And I think most importantly, it's just a little bit of insight into two people who are having these day-to-day lives, but also trying to navigate the waters of, oh my gosh, things are so different from when we grew up. This is not from Boomer to Gen X. This is a whole new world coming into growing up when we grew up, but now having to deal with, wait, all of this stuff is happening. This is how normal things are done. It's really weird and it's hard to kind of get through sometimes. So I think that's where we rely on each other and our 13-minute voice memos, because that's the best time to just kind of vent it out and also know that the person receiving it on the other end is going to understand what I'm talking about and have insight, feedback, anything to kind of help me understand like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
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 Just very fair.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about how we met?
Oh.
How we became besties instantly?
Should we talk about that? Is this the day?
Is it?
We could talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you take the reins.
Okay. So we met at a blood drive at our church, of all places. And
place.
I'm normally hella antisocial. So thank God you just started talking to me, because I probably had my resting bitch face on and was just.
Can I tell you why I started talking to you?
Yeah.
Because sitting at this blood drive, and I think I'd only been living here for maybe a little over a year, and I was having this difficult time. I threw myself into work and just building my career, but I was having a hard time just meeting normal people. Everyone I meet is married with families, which, I mean, she is, but it was hard to meet people. And I do feel like everyone in this area grew up together, knows people. So it felt very tight knit already. Mm-hmm. So I saw this chick at the blood drive. She looks kind of my age. She looks like she could be friendly. And if maybe she did have her resting bitch face on, I know that I'm aware of that enough, because I also can carry one, that I know to read the room, how you read the room. So yeah, I approached her because I need friends, and she looks like she could be a cool one. And we go to the same church, which is huge. Yep. And we're both donating blood to save a life. We had something in common. Resting bitch face or not, we still wanted to help people.
Yeah. And so we got to chatting while we were waiting. And then, if you've ever donated blood, the snack table is half of the point.
It's the table.
So we sat there. And at this particular blood drive, it's hosted by a really wonderful group of generally old men. And they're my favorite. But so it's just us and a bunch of old guys. And we were sitting around at the snack table eating our Oreos, talking about guns. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I gave you a TED talk on why I thought the AR-15 is the absolute hands down best home defense weapon that you could get. You did. And then we started talking about cults.
Yes. So the guns thing, it didn't just spark out of, hi, I'm Katusha, hi, I'm Megan, hi, I like guns. It was, I moved here. I kind of had to give a backstory of why I moved here. And I moved here for guns and freedom. I came from a state that is not about either. I love it here because it's so freeing to do that. And then how that branched into cults is wild, but we both are ultra fascinated with them.
Yeah.
It's the psyche of them, though.
It is. I'm fascinated by how people can be so manipulative.
And so convincing on the other side. I think that's why we started talking about it. What drives people to this one super charismatic person? So then it was Jonestown. You start talking about all of them, but it's wild when you start thinking of just what made you do that in people. What made you follow? What was the driving factor? Like, who is this person that looks like a total bum that gets all of this following and somehow convinces you to hand over all your money and your assets? And it's just a really wild concept. So I think we both bonded over that. Okay, so we have that depth to us where it's not so lighthearted and funny. Dark humor is our coping mechanism, both of us, which is why I think we hit it off so well. But yeah, it's a crazy
I think
thing.
we both relate to the meme that's like, I'm not dumb enough to get sucked into a cult, but I am nosy enough.
For sure. What's going on? But always have an escape route. You have to have a plan, but there are no plans.
Yeah.
So it's a fascinating thing. If you're not into it, I mean, I'm sorry, but
that won't be an episode, but we will talk about.
This is just us telling you how we became friends.
Yeah.
What would it be like if we were going to run a cult? What would our cult be?
I've been thinking about this for days now, and I don't know. I don't think I'm slick enough to run a cult, but I would be a real good, like a second mate, first mate. I don't know but I'd be a real good hype man. I'd be the Flava Flav.
You'd be the Flava Flav of the cult?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And I don't think I'm slick enough to run it. I'm not that charismatic where I can
I'm not
pull that
outgoing
off.
enough to be Flava Flav, but we'll pretend.
We'll pretend. For all intents and purposes, we will pretend. But you'd have to have some basics of a cult. What would you worship? What would the rules be? Do you have to live together? What's your thing? What's your exit plan? What are you following? You know what I mean? There's so many elements that come to a cult, but it's also how would you get people to join it? I mean, there's so many.
I don't know. You go first.
Okay, I think that joining a cult you'd have to have some kind of promise of an eternal salvation of some sort, right?
Sure.
You're going to a place, especially if it's these cults that themselves.
Right.
Then you have to be you have to have a promise. There has to be something that you get for that. Nobody does anything for free.
Sure.
What are you getting out of it? You get to go to some paradise, and paradise has been explained as how?
I mean, it's anything. It's marketing. That's all it is. Cults are great marketing.
I know.
And so what is marketing? Marketing is hitting people's pain points.
Okay.
And so I think that's what it is you find your key demographic and you hit that pain point. Are they girls with daddy issues? Are they boys with mommy issues? Are they people who never felt like they fit in anywhere? And you hit that pain point. I think that's how they do it. And you promise them inclusion. Because I think that's what most cults is inclusion. And that's why there are so many groups that might be a cult, ? And it's really hard to tell because they might not be, like they're just walking the line.
Sure.
So I think you just have to find your key demographic and really lean hard on that pain point. That if you leave us, you're nothing.
I think that's fair because if you also reflect on the types of cults, they want that family belonging. They're typically people that maybe were abandoned by their family. Maybe they were dealing with some personal health addiction type issues and their family had disowned them. Well, now you're welcomed into a place that's ultra accepting and they're giving you that home that you lost with your real family. So back to just inclusion of you're welcome here. Anyone is welcome here.
Yeah, but they also create an us versus them mentality.
Totally.
And so you're welcome here because you're not one of them. You're one of us.
Right. Which is probably how they maintain power of you have to like detach from your family, your friends, everyone who knew you before, because they could either potentially have the power to get you back into reality or it's some kind of punishment then from this loving cult organization group who has given you a family, whatever you're going to get. Okay. So a utopia is what we promise you in our cult, where everything is affordable, if not free. I mean, because you've already given us all your money. So now everything's going to be free. But if you make any other money, that also goes to us. But that's to pay for this beautiful life that you want, right? Okay, so you're offering them a safe space of inclusion where everything is covered and free. It's happy. Everyone gets along.
Yeah. Everybody pulls their own weight, except for the leader.
Right, of course. So that's chores.
Yeah.
If you're on a farm, this is farm chores.
A commune.
We're not saying Jonestown or anything, but, same.
Yeah.
Very Jonestown-y in that theory, in that we've gone to a place that's accepted us all. It's a new life. It's a new village. But then what are we worshiping? The one leader. Is he God? Is he the stand-in for God, or is he a different being? Do we not believe in God?
Is he a prophet?
Oh, he's a prophet. There it is. So he's the prophet.
Is he immortal? Why is it always a he? Why are there not more chick cult leaders?
That's why we're creating one right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
you're this he leader? Is he just a puppet? Are we just standing him up in front of the world?
Gosh, but I mean, typically the cult leader,
shadow government.
Yeah. What? the leader sometimes gets taken out too. You know what I mean? Whether by self or by other.
Yeah.
So you worship this prophet who's promising you this eternal, I guess, life. You can have this utopia forever. Okay. But what's the object? Do you remember the Heaven's Gate cult in Rancho Santa Fe in California? San Diego area, rich.
Were they the ones with the Kool-Aid?
No,
And the
that was
Nikes?
Jones. They were the ones, yeah. The Nikes, the Comet. They
Yeah,
were the Haley
Hale
Bop.
Bop
Yeah. The
Comet.
Hale Bop Comet.
Okay.
Marshall Applewhite or Applegate, or Applegate's a turkey and bacon. So it was Marshall Applewhite, everyone. When I think of Heaven's Gate, I lived in North San Diego at that time. I mean, I grew up hearing that and just knowing that. And then I knew the stories of Jonestown. But talk about money. You're in a Rancho Santa Fe. If anyone's not familiar with Rancho Santa Fe, you got to Google it. It's gorgeous. It's very elite, high-end, beautiful mansions, very affluent. It's a beautiful community. So I'm always wondering, because I haven't deep dived enough into that one, but who had that house? Who owned that house? I doubt it was him. He was a total schnurd, by the way. I would have looked at him and no.
But look at all of them.
I know.
David Koresh was, and he was convincing all those men to be like, yes, my wife can bone you. Oh, dude.
Ew, gross. Ew. Okay, how many wives can I have? Or is there, ew. Is there an amount of spouses you can have in this cult?
No. Or yes. No, let's not.
Okay. Are there rules of engagement with the people that live on this commune farm village? Which also, have you seen the movie The Village?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen a lot of movies.
Okay.
I
know you haven't. That's a whole other day though. So The Village was a movie with M. Night
Shyamalan Ding Dong?
Yeah.
Is that the one where they lived in like the national park?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
really good movie.
That was a great movie. Okay, I still can't say his last name, so apologies. So they created this village. So essentially, that's what a cult is. Not that I'm saying that movie they weren't.
Right.
That's essentially what it is. You've created this safe place where there was nothing. Everyone just loved each other, which already is.
Until they don't because they're humans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which is already boring. You have to. Everyone's just gonna live in this. I mean, utopia sounds boring to me. It really does. However, I digress.
I could live in utopia if it was me and
and
a dog.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Me and the woodland creatures.
It's a very small utopia when we're living in it by ourselves, and a handful, maybe 2 handfuls of people that you really like.
That's really pushing it.
Okay. Fair. I was gonna say it's a big enough village though that you could have your space and maybe just come together once a week for meetings or chants or lunch.
Pass. I'm out.
Okay, that's it. I lost you at chance?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, so what are we worshiping? Heaven's Gate had the comet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know what Jonestown had, but
I don't either. I don't know enough about Jonestown to really. I know of it. I get the reference.
Sure.
I know about the glasses.
the Kool-Aid.
Jim Jones glasses.
And the Kool-Aid.
But I don't know what their belief set was.
The craziest thing about Jonestown is it was the 70s, and there were audio recordings of these basically therapy sessions that they would have where they're berating and I don't know if hitting, abuse, just terrible acts against these people who were worshiping you. So that's another thing. You have to have someone who is so moldable of their mind to take that. That's an abusive, talk
It's
about
super
abusive relationship.
But I think a lot of people, like really skilled abusers, are really skilled at that. And they can mold somebody without even knowing that they're doing it. Like, I think that there are people who can be abusive and not even know that they're being abusive.
Sure,
But-
it's just their nature.
But I think if you are that wired that way, we'll say, that you could really, if you really wanted to manipulate people and abuse them, you could definitely, even people who are pretty strong mentally, I think can be manipulated and abused.
Broken down.
Yeah.
That's a slow and steady breakdown.
Yeah.
Over time, not all at once.
Because you're hitting that one pain point. Because everybody has a vulnerability. Everybody has a pain point. So if you hit that in a really skilled way, yeah, you can get them to do just about anything, I think, unfortunately.
Okay, well, should we worship trees?
Sure.
I mean, we need something. We have to give.
Do we have to dye our hair blue if we're going to worship trees?
Optional, I guess. Do we have to shave our heads?
Are we allowed to keep shaving our armpits?
Oh, God. Well, but then you think, is that considered a weapon? Actually, you bring up a very good point.
Oh, are we not allowing weapons?
Well,
I'm
no.
out. I don't want to be there. I hate this cult.
No, but I'm saying anyone who's there, it's one thing for a cult leader when you join a cult to shave your head, but then obviously not give you access to the razors.
Oh, it's like the breakdown ritual?
Yeah. Because if you have access to the razors, there's a lot you could do, and including turn on the cult leader. I like my hair personally. Okay.
Yeah.
This is half of the hair that I have from chemo so many years ago, and I would love to keep it. So we're keeping our hair.
Okay.
For our cult, because it is run by women, we can keep shaving our armpits.
Okay, thank God.
And our legs and whatever else you want to shave, have your razor. It's
Okay.
totally fine.
Okay.
It's not going to be the men's 5-blade razor. You can have a disposable razor.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Trees? Do we like worshiping trees? I would personally worship a dog. But if that's my object that I, instead of a comet, but it wouldn't be the dogs that are here. It would be the dogs that are
The
gone.
past.
Yes.
Okay.
The spirit of the dogs guide us. So as the
okay.
leaders, we are doing everything through joy.
You know what? I think that dogs are too relatable. We've all had dogs. I think it should be something just completely unhinged that nobody can relate to, like a goldfish or something.
Like
Because
a
then we're the
hyena?
only ones that know what this goldfish is saying.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because you have to have that step above the plebes.
I think it would be a beta fish though, because beta fish still have feist in them.
Okay.
And so when you're channeling your punishment to give to other people because of what,
Oh, okay.
I don't know, what's its name? Come on. We're being very thorough.
So one of my kids has a beta fish and its name is Bubbles, and that's all I could think about.
Okay. I mean, Bubbles doesn't sound super
No, it needs
strong.
to be like Agamemnon or something really, just really heavy. I don't know what this was.
You're channeling your inner Italian that's somewhere there with me. Agamemnon. Agamemnon is. It has been spoken. We have done it as the most random shit I've ever heard, but I'm here for it because I'm committed to creating this fake cult.
Okay.
For the purpose of continuing a conversation, now I'm in it to win it.
Okay.
Agamemnon.
Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Beta, I don't know. I
yeah,
can't.
no, it's Agamemnon. Agamemnon, the red and blue beta fish
Okay.
that lived for a month. But
No, I
lives
think it should be
eternally.
just a blue one. Because it has to be immortal. I think the best cults have immortal leaders. And so then when it dies, you just replace it.
Perfect. Okay.
You just pop on down to the pet store
Pop
and
down
get
to
a new one
Petco?
for $5.
Perfect. Okay. I'm
Not
here for
fancy, just a straight up blue beta.
it. Blue beta fish.
Yeah.
Who always is just the one that gives us direction.
Yeah. Maybe we have to wear a special hat to hear him.
Or a cloak. I guess more known
Or go into
to
a
the
special-
non-Harry Potter people is a robe, perhaps. Maybe just a robe. I don't want to say a
bathrobe.
cape, a
Just put
bathrobe.
my bathrobe on.
But-
I love a good bathrobe.
A good, complete with the shower cap. But no, I think that would be... is this a dangerous cult, or are we going to flip the script right now because I have squirrel brain and this is basically a voice memo, and do we want to make a self-care cult?
I command you to go take a bubble bath right now. Agamemnon says that you're real stressed out. Your cortisol's too high. You need to go meditate for 5 minutes.
I mean, with lavender. So this is for like not really punishment. This is the anti-punishment. This is a dream.
this is the worst cult ever.
This is actually the best cult ever, because can you imagine how many people we would get with
We
a
would get a lot of
self-care
people.
cult?
Yeah.
Actually, no punishment. This is a place of love. This is a true utopia. We still have Agamemnon for when something gets sassy, but bubble baths and shit? I mean, I would think that the only punishment you can give when telling someone to take a bubble bath, you can turn it into punishment by being, you're going to have your head underwater for a certain amount of time.
We're going to waterboard you for the
We're
first 5
waterboarding
minutes.
you with
What?
lavender. I don't know. I'm just saying we have to have a clear direction. But I like the idea of the fish. I think it needs to have water as a punishment if you step out of line. But the self-care cult thing is a good thing. I just know that it would be
a
very
duel
lucrative.
with water pistols.
There it is. There's no
Super
harm.
soakers.
There's no harm in this cult. So it's not a cult anymore. It's just a club. You know how many people would want to
just a
join
spa
this?
now.
It's just we've gone from cult. I was really trying to think of this. Okay, how can we make it so perfect? And now we've just
created a high-end spa.
We've turned it into a spa with a fish as a profit person.
I mean, it might be more lucrative than a cult.
I think for sure it'll be more lucrative. Do you know how much spas cost? A lot of money.
No, because I am not a spa girl. I
am.
I have never been to a spa.
Oh my gosh.
Never had a facial. Never.
Oh.
When my hairstylist washes my hair is the fanciest I get.
Oh. This is actually making me really sad.
Oh, I have a lot of those.
Get ready for the ride.
My whole life is going, hey, do you want to hear a funny story about my life? And then watching the whole room just go, oh.
But that's how we cope.
Yeah.
You have to have a coping mechanism. I do find are we done with the cult topic now? I think
we better be, because we just either created the world's best cult or the world's worst cult.
Okay.
And if anybody steals our idea,
yeah, we know where you
down.
heard it. And if you have an Agamemnon that
I will
comes out
waterboard you with lavender.
and it's a blue beta, even if it's any beta or any fish, we know where you got the idea from, and it's copyrighted.
Copyright it right now.
We're copywriting this. We're sending it to the copyright people. No, I was going to say the best people that I have met. So let me tell you, when I moved here, one of the biggest problems I had, and I think I had even shared it with you the first time we met at that table talking about what we shall not talk about anymore, was the lack of sarcasm I find in people. And I was finding it really difficult to have conversations with the public. I would go to the store. I would be anywhere. Someone would say something. I would have the most killer snark. Not funny. I'm not a dance monkey dance comedian. I'm just, I would say something that inside I'm like, and it would be stone faced, dead eyes, nothing to contribute, nothing to smirk back. It really made me sad to where I was thinking, holy shit, I think I've made one of the biggest mistakes of my life leaving California. I mean, no, hold on. Rewind. Best decision was leaving California, but leaving my place where people understood sarcasm and humor. And then I met you, and then every person that I've met and truly connected with is darker than I could ever imagine and hope for. And I just finally feel over the past few years, I've done it. I've made it.
I found my people.
We've made it. I found my people. I'm talking dark shit. We talk about dark shit.
Yeah.
But when you hear something like, oh, no, it's cool. And you're like, oh.
Okay. That's because I'm secretly a cult leader. I just sucked you in to my cult of dark humor.
I just missed
it made you feel really accepted.
No, you did. Oh my gosh, I've been the most accepted. And now I'm also, so talk about wingman, we've reversed roles. Like now I'm bringing new people into it with the dark humor.
Because I'm wildly antisocial.
I do love it though. I love that finally I feel I've found my people here locally. I have other people, you know what I mean, in other states.
Sure,
you always
sure.
have good friends in other states that are just so your vibe. These people, they know me, they get me. Even if you haven't known them for too long, they get you. And that's a really valuable connection to have, I say, with life and the people that you meet in life, especially at this stage. Because for me, for example, moving away, not knowing anybody where I moved and having to grassroots my life again and reinvent myself, reinvent my whole life and recreate it. It was wildly difficult because it was so tight knit here.
Yeah.
That are people just not, I not only found it with business. Business was hard because everybody in my industry knew each other, worked together for so many years, all these things. So you're breaking into an industry that you've been in for years, but now you're in a new place and all bets are off. Nothing is guaranteed. But the same with friends. You have these friends that, you form these bonds with, and then coming to a new place is just really difficult. So I'm just very grateful that I met you and that our friendship has just blossomed where we can tell each other anything and not get terrified, judgmental. We are truly that meme. I'm the friend you could call for mimosas, for lunch, or to bury a body at 2 a.m. I'm not going to ask questions.
Like fictionally speaking.
Of course. But if it's online, I'm just using it as an example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yep. And yeah, I could call you or leave you. We do talk on the phone sometimes.
It's very random. I think I called you last week for something. We were setting something up for this. And
But
she
I
was
could
like,
send
what?
you a voice text and be like, this bitch.
And I would know.
And you're just in it.
I'm in it.
Like just ready to go.
Just
No matter
me,
what the context is.
I don't even care who. Just tell me all of it. And then we plan like what you need to respond, how it needs to go.
Yeah.
And I do feel...
And that's a gender neutral, this bitch.
Oh, yeah. I do feel there is a beauty of technology, right? We've gone from no phone to flip phone to when the Blackberries came out. So no phone.
I miss my BlackBerry.
You do?
Yeah.
I could never figure it out.
I loved it.
It was like a Palm Pilot to me.
I had no business having one. I was a valet at a hotel. I wasn't conducting business. I didn't need a BlackBerry.
It was so foreign to me because I think I went from literally a phone in my house, God rest the cordless, love it, the corded phone on the walls, love that, to the Nokia, to the Motorola flip phone.
I would still use a Nokia today if I could find one because I bet they still work.
With those ringtones? Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, my phone hasn't made a noise in 10 straight years.
Oh my gosh.
I would throw it off the roof if it made a noise.
I loved my Nokia because then when I would go to Italy, Italy would have the Nokia and it was just cool. You could flip or swap the face of the Nokias.
And they were indestructible.
Where were we buying those? Because it wasn't Amazon. I don't know.
At the
kiosk at the
Verizon
mall?
store. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The faces. Yeah. At the kiosk at the mall
faces.
because the mall was still relevant 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was really cool. So Nokia to Motorola. I think then I had an LG Slide.
Oh,
Like,
I
you
did too.
flipped
And
it
I
to the
hated
side.
that.
And then I went to, I think iPhone came out and I'm not supporting that. And I got a BlackBerry. Okay. I got a BlackBerry and I think I had it for about 2 weeks and couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
And just said no. And I went back to my LG and then finally the iPhone had been out for a few years. My biggest fight, my biggest point where I thought I didn't even want a BlackBerry, but I did because, well, the world, I don't know, the world is moving forward. We're growing up. I don't know. So I got it. I did not want to be reached, contacted. I will never be doing emails in a restaurant or when I'm out with people. Girl, I could not
Joke's on you.
imagine my life without having find my location or, find me where I'm going. Oh shit, I got an email that I have to respond to right now. I mean, especially with my work, time is of the essence.
Sure.
But I just can't imagine not having that now. Sitting and waiting for a doctor's appointment with my headphones in, watching one of the 17,000 reels that we've sent back and forth to one another on Instagram. You can't imagine it, but I miss that simplicity of that. Where I was going with this was that how everything has evolved and come to this point. We went from phone calls on the cell phones to then text messages, but that shit costs money.
Those were so expensive, and you'd get so mad if somebody sent you. You'd be like, meet us at 8:30 at the 7-Eleven, and they'd send you one text that was like, "Okay," like, bitch, that cost me 15 cents.
Yeah.
How
That was
dare you?
crazy. So expensive.
And don't call me until after 9 o'clock because I have unlimited nights and weekends.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good time.
Yeah.
I had Singular Wireless. My first cell phone, I think, was Singular Wireless. I had it since high school. I think I got a cell phone my senior year of high school because I had skipped a year. So I was 16 in high school, in my senior year, and driving. And that was the moment that I think my mom was even on board. But before that, I had a pager. I forgot about the pager.
I was never cool enough to have a pager, but one of my best friends in high school had a pager.
Mine was Frosted Blue. No, I wasn't dealing anything that I shouldn't have been dealing. I just had a pager because I did. But we've gone from paying for text messages to now you have text messages to then when iPhone started doing the voice memo, the voice note.
Yeah.
Like
The voice text.
But the beauty of voice memos, voice texts, is that they go away unless you have them saved forever like I do. I love reading the transcripts if I need them.
I will forget it.
Yours
the
are
second
gone.
those 2 minutes are up, it's gone. It's gone out of my head. It's in the ether forever.
Yeah. I mean, but it's someone's listening
Oh,
to
for
it.
sure someone's listening.
Someone's listening to it and building a case file, which is why we're not going to get recruited for the CIA.
My government surveillance agent is probably really annoyed with the things that I Google and talk about.
And when they're in the back end of our Instagram monitoring the reels we send.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of they're probably actually creating that algorithm for us, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You're giving us what we want to see, kind of like a cult leader. You're hitting a pain point of dark humor that I need hit, and you're doing an excellent job at it. So kudos to our government workers that are monitoring us. But my point is, why text when you can call? Why call when you can voice text?
Yeah.
Voice texting is everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like listening to podcasts. I do it in the car. I do it when I'm cleaning. I can have my earbuds in and record a voice text, listen to a voice, do it all.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Because you can get the inflection and the richness and the joke of it and just...
Do you know how many times people read text messages and they're like, this bitch? And
all the time.
No.
I've probably lost entire relationships because of a text message.
You just don't get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess that's fine. But
yeah,
whatever. We're really good at it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
We excel at voice texting. I'm here for it. I'll send people voice texts and they won't respond on them sometimes.
Yeah.
And they'll just give me a 2-word answer
It
to my 7-minute
depends on
voice
where
text.
I am. If I'm with my kids, I don't always voice text you back because then they try to get involved in it.
Yeah, we don't want kids involved.
Or
in our
have
voice
things
text.
that I'm going to say that they don't necessarily need to hear.
Yeah.
Although my kids have heard most of the things that I say. But
fair.
Yeah, so every now and then I'll just regular text you back.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure everyone's seen the reels on social media that someone's recording a voice text and they're responding to their friends and it was something funny.
Never recorded. And
then they're redoing it. You have to have that same energy.
If I had $1 for every time my voice text didn't record and I had to start back over with that.
That's so funny. It's painful, man. It's real life. And I would still rather do that than try to type out all of my thoughts because if you're typing out your thoughts, you're not going to be able to be as fluid. You're going to be more structured.
Yeah.
So I guess this is our life lesson. We're providing something of value by telling everyone that you should voice text if you don't voice text.
Yeah.
Because there's something very personal also about getting a voice text when you're hearing your person, when maybe you're not in a position to have the phone call because you're at something with your kids or I'm in a meeting with people. There's just that moment of, oh my God, she sent me a 7-minute voice memo. I'm going to listen to this as soon as I get in the car. And I know that it's going to help my drive because it's going to be some unhinged shit. And it's just going to make me, set me back straight to where I need to be.
Yep.
Normalism, everything, just back centered.
It's the personal connection without having to be on the phone.
Yes, for sure.
It's great.
Yeah. I love it.
Me too.
On that note,
Yeah.
shall we wrap it up for today?
Absolutely.
Okay. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Yeah, a great day to everyone except for the people who don't put their shopping carts back at the grocery store.
Boom. Bye.